We coming through the alleys, gangways, the highways, the freeways. We riding through the West Coast, East Coast. We coming through Ghana. We riding through, man, you know what I'm saying? We coming through everywhere, you know what I'm saying? We, man, Palestine, Turkey, wherever you want to be at, you know, so we coming through there. We coming through there. We ain't set tripping, y'all. Again, so again, it's 6:30 Central Time. You know what I'm saying? We don't know what time it is, where you at, but we're gonna say you best believe Freedom on Radio is locked and loaded for another episode. Y'all hit us at IntellectualRadio.com. Y'all can call in 708-223-8953. Also 929-477-3785. Let me know if we can be heard clearly. You know what I'm saying? PSAs, People's Service Announcement. We're gonna have a flyer post up, y'all. You did for June 20th. Juneteenth, we got a press conference. Pastor Bishop Greer got a thing. We're gonna be having a press conference in front of the wall. I gotta say what address is. When we say the wall, y'all supposed to know where we at. The corner of Madison and California, west side of Chicago. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna be calling them a few things, you know what I'm saying, a few things in particular, like acknowledging the ground zero site. Stop. If you think I'm talking about New York, September 11th, stop, rewind. We talking about 2337 West Chairman Fred Hampton Way, formerly known as Monroe. You know what I'm saying? That's gonna be a press conference right in front. We're gonna convene at the wall though, Madison, California. If you're in China and they say we'll meet you at the Great Wall, you know what they're talking about. You know what I'm saying? We saying meet us at the wall, June 20th. Again, let me get the proper introduction. This is a weekly episode of program the Black Panther Party, cause the organization is carrying a legacy of one of the baddest brothers and sisters, you know what I'm saying, we've yet to witness. Queen Nubia in the building is what it is, y'all. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna be live and direct, you know what I'm saying, with this here. Hosted weekly every Wednesday, 6 o'clock or 6:30 Central Time. Sometimes we gotta, weigh it out. Chairman Fred Hampton Jr., that is, and also Robert Allen, aka the Lady of Rage. Y'all let me know if y'all can hear me loud and clearly, loud and cubbly. Even my own mama say I'm cubbed out. You know what I'm saying? Tupac say, my own mama say I'm thugged out. I'm flipping a little bit, Pac. You know what I'm saying? No, you ain't gonna trip, because you know we're gonna keep it in good hands. Excuse me, we're gonna keep it in good paws. Panther paws, that is. My own mama say I'm cubbed out. Clinch fist salute, y'all, to Mother Comrade Queen Jerry, formerly known as Deborah Johnson. You know what I'm saying? Whether it be in the freezing cold December the 4th, annually, laying out the details what occurred December the 4th, 1969. Whether it be the actual December the 4th, 1969, that day standing strong, covering down over her comrade, over her husband, over 99 shots coming in the bed, you know what I'm saying? Whether it be later on, a few minutes after they shot them 99 shots in there, being a cellmate with her son, the B, still standing strong, you know what I'm saying, with Chairman Fred bathrobe, with her husband, her comrades, her fallen comrades, bathrobe on and his house shoes on, you know what I'm saying, still, you know what I'm saying, I catch me talking boots on the ground, you know what I'm saying, she's standing with house shoes on the ground, still standing strong, real talk, Chairman Fred, house shoes, you know what I'm saying, so we're going to say clinch fist salute, real talk. Felicia in the building, Fred, my Robert Taylor in the building. The Chiracian is live and direct. I see you. That's what it is, y'all. We just come back in from Philadelphia. Some people refer to it as Philadelphia. Just come, you know what I'm saying? We would never, excuse me, let me say that correctly. We would never forget, you know what I'm saying, the continuous acts of terrorism on our people, not only in Philadelphia, Chicago, throughout the world. In fact, we say every day is September 11th for us, every day. And we never forget August 8th, 1978, the day in which, you know what I'm saying, the gangsters and criminals, you dig, the Frank Rizzos and the like, you know what I'm saying, they made their move and they vamped, and they snatched up and kidnapped, you know what I'm saying, what later became known as the Move 9. We have Mike Africa and Derry Africa back out here on the streets with us. However, we say what Frantz Fanon said, Algerian theoretician Frantz Fanon, we would accept the concession of we would never compromise our principles. We demand a release of the Move 9. You know what I'm saying? We took some hard hits. You know what I'm saying? Gene Africa, Field Africans, and others who have been murdered behind enemy lines. There's a war waged on us. So when you hear Catholic, you know what I'm saying? We have some people that help behind enemy lines. We know that technically Mumia Abu Jamal former deputy minister of information for the Philadelphia branch of the Black Panther Party, has technically been taken off death row. However, we know the state still got plans to take him out. We got to keep the heat on the streets for the cases of Imam Jamil Alameen, Sundiata Kohli. You know what I'm saying? Those on political exile, Asada Shakur, and so many others. We got to, you know what I'm saying, keep close to the heart. In fact, we're looking for a call to come in from Teresa Schultz and also Russell Schultz Jr. We're gonna I want them to touch on it briefly because we want to go. We specifically want to touch on the case of Russell Maroon Schultz next week. I have called it back because I think we had the time to put it out correctly, but we're gonna definitely bring them on. I want to touch on it briefly. Want to hit them harder. So you'll say those who not familiar who that is, don't just ask Wikipedia or Google. I told some cats the other day. You know what I'm saying? Man, you get the opportunity to get, you know what I'm saying, talk to forces, you know what I'm saying, real deal, you know what I'm saying, live and direct, you know what I'm saying? So don't just, don't rely on these different, you know what I'm saying, social sites and, you know what I'm saying, or the media in general. We have, you know what I'm saying, people who are laid out to you directly, you know what I'm saying? A lot of people come to and say, man, I've seen the ABC piece and your mom's laid it out. I said, shit, she's been laying it out for quite some time, whether it be on ABC or Chairman on 2337 West Chairman Fred Hampton Way, or whether it be right to 804 South 17th Avenue. You got the opportunity to come see. In fact, she come see you. And so whether it be inside the Cook County Jail, the concentration camps, still standing strong, representing, you know what I'm saying? No surrender. That's what we talking about. Jeff Bodine in the building. Come right down in the building. That's what it is, y'all. Let's make history. Robert Taylor. Ain't no joke about it. Real talk. You see Vegas in the building. Erica Yesko in the building. That's what it is, y'all. Y'all take a pause for the calls if y'all can. And let somebody know if they ain't tuned in. Tune in. Better yet, come on and Cub being with us. 929-477-3785. Also 708-223-8953. You know what I'm saying? Make sure y'all press 1 to be heard. Erica Yesko, that's what it is in the building. Free them all. That's what, you know, we got y'all check out. We get these Cub shoes. I gotta get mine too. Gotta get the resources together though. You know, go, hey, get them Cub shoes. We need y'all assistance too. Y'all can't hit us up at Chairman Fred Jr. at gmail.com on PayPal. We're gonna need that assistance, y'all, to make that trip, make that trek down there to the grave site of Chairman Fred Hampton. We can't forget. A lot of cats forget. The police don't forget. Every year they shoot up his tombstone down in Hayesville, Louisiana. Yeah, real talk. Like clockwork. You know what I'm saying? So we say, well, Father's Day, we'll make sure we there. We down there. Leon Albert, y'all, it's real talk. Kwame, my brother, you know what I'm saying? Man, if you can't call in, give us an update. I called a poll you put up, you know what I'm saying? This brother, we tag team and a lot of things, but in regards to particularly these propaganda bombs, you know what I'm saying? The music, you know what I'm saying? What you mean by propaganda bombs? We can't say in one hand, there's a war being waged on us and dismiss the different tactics. Me and Mother Comrade, Aku and Jerry, going through. There's been a lot of proposals being brought to us recently. You know what I'm saying? In regards to, what about a movie on this? And a lot of people just say, okay, well, just as long as you get the word out, and you know what I'm saying, with that integrity. Now, I just was rapping a few minutes ago about something that sticks in me. You know what I'm saying? I think I was again approximately 12 years old. 12 years old. We in the basement of this church, 55th and Paulina, south side of Chicago. And there was a book deal brought to Mother Comrade Cohen Jerry, and it was freezing cold. This is one of the winters, and I reiterate that. I stress that one of the winters in which our gas was cut off, our heat was cut off. A lot of people say, "How could that be happening?" You know what I'm saying? But it's a reality, and it's happened before. Y'all never heard all this, the struggles we had about furnaces, so on and so forth, and Robert Taylor, man, we on deck. This Father, well, we say every day Father's Day, every day Mother's Day, but this falls on June 16th. Man, we be on deck. We going to be we down there. Check on real talk. So, yes, sir. We welcome. Come on with it. Come on with it. come on with it. Yes, sir. It's going down. Yeah, we look forward to it. Right on, brother. It'll be an honor. It'll be an honor. So we down. So they brought this proposal, and just even the opening with it. The police that was involved in the assassination, they were making them as the protagonists, the good guys, and it was more about their life, their children, home life, so on and so forth. And she wasn't going for it. Chairman Fred's widow wasn't going for it. I recall asking, I said, so if this was to happen, This would equate to the gas being turned on, the heat back in the house. She said it's not happening. And that principle, that position, you know what I'm saying? Um, that stands, you know what I'm saying? Hey, I say, daddy didn't make no chunks, mama didn't raise no punks, you know what I'm saying? And we ain't going for the payoff, man. You know what I'm saying? So we say we want this out, you know what I'm saying? However, that legacy, you know what I'm saying, man, the way it's done, we gonna make sure hey, to our last roar, you know what I'm saying? And after that, you know what I'm saying, we're gonna make sure. And it's important. Um, sister was telling me that they had talked to got word from the brothers in the camps, California concentration camps, the day after the ABC piece had showed, and brothers that was held captive was talking about when they seen the piece. Literally, they said brothers was tearing up their girly magazines. And they came on the yard doing they burpees. Y'all, those who locked in on the West Coast in particular, y'all know they know what the burpees, how you do the workouts, and what they call it. In Illinois, we got the dips where you make the little chilies, chili mac, and all that new spread in California. So it's different dynamics, but these are different dynamics that you can tell what's where you held captive at. And the cats in California had talked about when they came out, the pride they had. They said, "Man, what else? Them sisters, man, this sister covered down on Chairman Fred." You follow what I'm saying? And that how inspirational was. And I remember talking to this brother before, and he was talking. He was a different formation, another formation. He was in another formation. He was saying, just remember, just hearing about the sisters. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not saying it's no gender tripping type of way, because that's something that the party was able to deal with in a way that it did not come at the expense of the other. In other words, acknowledging contradictions, however, not at the expense. Again, y'all heard me quote him before. I'm gonna quote him again. Sheikh Anta Diop. Sheikh Anta Diop. And he talked about African people. We come from a society in which we worked in harmony with nature. You know what I'm saying? We can ride the elephant, we going where the elephant can continue to go where it's going. However, this system that we're subjected to, it comes at the expense of gutting you, cutting you. You know what I'm saying? And that's the deal is that ain't what we up with. You know what I'm saying? We ain't up with that there. And when your mother, we talk about the courage of Mother Comrade, Deborah Johnson. You know what I'm saying? As opposed, a lot of people want to run it. You know what I'm saying? At the expense of, okay, in order for this to be the woman got to be strong, you got to cut the man, or vice versa. You know what I'm saying? The party. You know what I'm saying? I mean, you know what I'm saying? In that battlefield and that out in the streets of the Black Panther Party newspaper with the breakfast program, it was an organ. You know what I'm saying? And the sister, Harold Welton's cousin, I forgot this sister's name. Forgot the sister's name. I remember somebody called in. We doing a show in LA. And was it Betty? Oh, forgive me, forget this sister's name. But they tried to sidetrack her. You know what I'm saying? They tried to push the line. They tried to push the line. Um, and she said, dig, we was Black Panthers. And you know what I'm saying? And this the pride is still in that. Nathaniel Washington, Field March Tour, I see in the building. Browns when you right on. Salute right back at you. Salute right back at you. Come right cool in the building. That's what it is. Rosa show body in the building. Man, how you feeling, my brother? I just gave Mother Comrade one of the books that you had sent donated to the Hampton House, and give us a little background on you. Excuse me, give us a little background on you. You know what I'm saying? Your history in the streets and all that. You know what I'm saying? Stand up, guy in, stand up, guy not. You know, the scenes and the images with the accident, man. Rest up. Rest up, man. Rest up, warrior. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Man, go in that corner, get a shot of water. Come on back out swinging, man. You know what I'm saying? We man. You know what I'm saying? We need solid forces in all arenas. Nico, that's what it is. Right on. That's what Robert Taylor, we look forward to seeing you. Again, Father's Day, y'all. We going down and see the chairman. We're gonna check up on the tombstone of the chairman. We're gonna check up on the chairman. We gonna check up on this guy. Who is this guy that they gotta shoot this tombstone up every year? Who is this? Who is this individual? They, you know what I'm saying? They stay at this picture in Menard Penitentiary in the gun towers. You dig? Who is this? You know what I'm saying? Why these, you know what I'm saying? Why do you want to keep on, you know what I'm saying? As Malcolm assessed when he's talking about the March on Washington, they can't stop it, co-opt them, water it down, change it, make them something to be. You know what I'm saying? This example, we're going to check up on it. We say, you know what I'm saying? As what Chairman Fred said, you can kill a revolutionary, but you can't kill a revolution. You may jail a freedom fighter, but you can't jail a fight for freedom. You may run and liberate out the country, but you can't run a fight for liberation of the country. If you do, You'll come up with questions that don't question, conclusions don't conclude. And people that you thought would be acting like pigs were acting like people moving on pigs. You did. The politics ain't no expiration date on it. You go back and look at those speeches Chairman Fred laid down, they still relevant right now. Give me a heads up, Sister Comrade Queen Daphne. If we got any callers in queue, we look for Maroon Schultz's daughter and son to call in. Y'all don't know who this is. And I was talking. We're gonna talk about the Malcolm X events that were convened internationally. They were, you know what I'm saying, and Malcolm X's birthday. El Haj Malik El Shabazz. And we want to commend those forces who have taken a position and say that, let's never forget, because if we don't recognize the importance of who these representatives of our people were and who they are, and we got to make sure we maintain them in our hearts and our minds. Why in Malcolm X Park in Philadelphia, why is there an ongoing petition to change the name of that park to Christopher Columbus Park? Why at Malcolm X College they want to change the name of that college? Why do they want to deprive us of, this legendary, this legend that stood up for us, that represented us, that impacted us, it still impacts us, How many countless of those held captive talk about, when they just come reading the autobiography of Malcolm X, and they edited that. See, what they fail to recognize, I'm saying, to the system, what they fail to recognize is this stuff is so potent. All it needs is an eighth of it. They talk about David Walker's appeal in the 1800s. Y'all heard me quote David Walker. David Walker, one of his quotes was that the most intelligent of African descent can say something. It becomes under doubt or suspicion. However, a white person from any walk of life can say something is going to be taken as a fact. His writings were being smuggled through, the ships, those held captive, they were smuggling that. And, it get edited, but this so potent, they can try all they want to, it's going to stick out. And they talk about there are certain chapters that they have never released on the autobiography of Malcolm X, And just even in general, the translation, because politics impacts your hearing, how you take information. You best believe that Alex Haley, Malcolm stuff that Malcolm was saying, he really couldn't relate to. Not that he intentionally lied. These people I be talking to, and they was Chairman, you was talking too fast. I said, no, I agree with you in the cases. However, in a lot of cases, these individuals just listening too slow. They can't. You know what I'm saying? You be talking about. I told people we talked about it before. How cool and Deborah did with Deborah Johnson. 19 years old, just turned 19 years old a few days prior, 8.5 months pregnant. She had laid out the details, covered down when the police came and shooting over 99 rounds in that home on West Monroe. Now is Chairman Fred Hampton Wade. Covered down. And after she spoke, other people have come up and said they switched it around. Now they weren't intentionally lying. They couldn't conceive this. They couldn't even. It was no frame of reference. You know what I'm saying? Like I say, it's certain things that people can't even perceive. It's like sometimes people be saying, like they say, people say something. The police gave us something, or the state gave us. I actually don't. You know what I'm saying? I can't. No frame of reference of that. You know what I'm saying? And so it impacts your hearing. You know what I'm saying? Like people. Again, politics. Let me quote the late great Field Marshal George Jackson. He said, capitalism not only affects the economy, but it affects the psychic of the people. It not only affects the economy, but it affects the psychic of the people. How you hear things, how you speak, how you relate, what you consider priority. You know what I'm saying? So, man, people thinking that's a slip when, Steve Harvey may tell Monique, no, forget the principles. This is what I'm saying, it's about the money game. Well, he didn't mean it that way. Oh, he meant it that way. Yeah. And the deal that we had to start, acknowledging these, the contradictions, they let you know through the door what it is. So that's what we're talking about, Raymond Rich, I can't see your comment all the way through. I know we supposed to connect it up on the show. I sent the number to you. Let's if I didn't follow with you, I'll bite the bullet. I'm self-critical. But I'll get the number to you again. Let's do it. Let's make history. Let's take history. Let's take history. Malcolm X, El Haj Malik El Shabazz, we felt the beat of the people all over. You know what I'm saying? I overheard Mother Comrade explaining to someone yesterday about the Cubs, and the lady was saying, well, I saw it. what about this? She kept on, the other lady kept on trying to make this, what about this? What about that? Mother Comrade said, no, this is the organization. You know what I'm saying? There's they said, what are the children? And she said, no, they're all, the next generation of the Black Panther Party. And then, saying, she equated, it was with visionary. Minister U.E.P. Newton, she said, like Minister U.E.P. Newton said, the Black Panther Party were the sons and daughters of Malcolm X. You dig? And we respect that lineage of struggle. Again, that lineage of struggle. Because one of the setbacks of struggle is a lot of times people get engaged in struggle in a reactionary type of way. Listen to people, they come out, man, the police, they done went there and they got killing us crazy now. I'm like, okay, well, when this started, man? Man, you like, he killed my cousin the other day. So I said, is this just started? Yeah. And they be dead serious. Deal is, the deal is, system ain't broken. System is doing exactly what it's designed to do. In fact, it's more hungrier because again, it's never satisfied. The deal is, you did just because I feel contrary to like the old saying that says, if a tree falls in the forest and you don't, no one hears a tree fall, does it make a sound? Of course, it makes a sound, regardless if you hear it or not. You know what I'm saying? Reality is this occupying army has been moving on us historically throughout the strip. You know what I'm saying? And then so we said that lineage, and we even go before that, but we gonna go with this. Let's say modern day history. The mantra of the Black Panther Party, one of the mantras of the Black Panther Party Cubs. We are the great grandchildren of Garvey, the offspring of Malcolm, and the Cubs of Panthers. You did, brother. Muhammad, I thought he was at the Compton branch, but I think they say L.A. I just seen this piece, but I thought it was Compton. He had said, some other people said they referenced 1969 as the year of the Panthers. You know what I'm saying? Took a lot of hits. It made a lot of hits. Took a lot of business. Put it on the map. In fact, former Attorney General John Mitchell and former Director of the FBI, John Edgar Hoover, um, they amongst their statements, they had stated that the Black Panther Party represented the number one threat to the internal security to the United States since that of the Civil War. In addition to that, they had also said something to the effect that the Black Panther Party must be destroyed by the end of 1969. So it wasn't no coincidence. December the 4th, they made their move. It wasn't no coincidence. January 17th, you know what I'm saying, on campus of UCLA, they made their moves, you know what I'm saying, with the assassinations of Deputy Minister of Education John Huggins, the assassinations of badass Bunchy Carter, then the Minister of Defense, our apprentice Bunchy Carter, you know what I'm saying? These strategic hits, strategic strikes, you know what I'm saying, who to move on, when to move on, you know what I'm saying? And this was the move to send a message of terror, to terrify the masses, a message to send horror to horrify the masses, part of the ongoing breaking process that we've seen during the era of chattel slavery. You did, well, a pregnant sister, an example of a pregnant sister running away from the plantation, not to be just hunted down by the colonialists, not to be hunted down just by the masters on the plantation, but to be brought back in front of the populace on the plantation, the people on the plantation, and have that sister's pregnant stomach slit open, and the colonialists stomp that fetus to death, send a message of terror that has been passed down for generations to come. You know what I'm saying? Automatically, when you come in the world, and in most cases, when that white baby hit you, so your mama right behind you to AD. This shit don't raise up. Don't raise up. You know what I'm saying? That breaking process. You know what I'm saying? Or mamas and many mamas and daddies. I don't want, let's be very clear. You know what I'm saying? It's part of the breaking process. You know what I'm saying? We want to create a climate. We want to heighten the contradictions, you know what I'm saying? Where we up the ante. You know what I'm saying? Say it's right to fight back. In fact, we're gonna quote late great Field Marshal George Jackson, which he assessed, which he stated in Solidarity, brother, said, mothers, embrace the Black Panther Party. Embrace that. You know what I'm saying? Hey, wants us right on. We talking about, so we talking about live and direct, making history, taking history, and taping history. You know what I'm saying? Y'all tune in with us. Y'all better come on, Cub in with us. That's what it is, y'all. Breaking process, even the way that Malcolm X was assassinated, the way that El Shabazz, the way he was assassinated, he had to be put in his correct context. That's what it is. Comrade, we got any callers in queue? 929. Bring them on. No calls in queue. In history, taking history, and taping history, y'all. That's what it is, y'all. You know what I'm saying? Y'all come on in. Now, better yet, Cub on in with us. You know what I'm saying? Remember, Richard, I see you. I'm trying to see what you. Oh, I missed your comment. I missed it. Okay. Robert Haley, real talk. In plain language, turn one bad motherfuckers, as Chairman Fred would say. Real talk. Lavinia, we on deck. Philadelphia, call Cub on in with us. My sister, let us know. Give us some details about the event, the phenomenal event. Let's get a clench fist salute. Yourself, our brother Gabe, and others. You know what I'm saying? Again, we just left Philadelphia, the historical stomach grounds of so many situations we can never forget. May 13, 1985, Osage Avenue. What happened? You know what I'm saying? We can never forget August 8, 1978. We cannot forget yesterday. You know what I'm saying? Because again, every day is like a September 11th for us, y'all. But again, we were fortunate to have the Minister of Confrontation, Pam Africa, so many others. I intended to give me a visit in with Ramona Africa. We're going to make it the next time we come back. We might get some callers on this other line here. We're going to see. Calling Q, how we do this here. Yep. We got calling Q. Welcome. Fremont Radio. Welcome to Intellectual Radio. Talk to us. Cub with us.
Hey, Fremont, Sam, what's going down, man? I'm glad you got a different number. I can't call in on this Metro POS phone.
Oh, I can relate. I'm with you on that. I can relate. Yeah. So yeah, they tripping with us with our hood phones with Metro. We can't call directly in on the 929 number. Hey, if we got you 210 cans in the string, we gonna do what it do. Who we got calling in with us?
Oh, you know, this your favorite white boy, man. Calling all the way from LA. How you been,
Hey, Adam calling from LA, man. That's what it is, man. Hey, you see,
you've been breaking it down, man, for real. I dig it, man. I just wanted to let y'all know just quickly what's going on out here. So we getting this homeless count back, and you know we've had a 40% increase all over up in Alameda County. 40% increase in homelessness. They're hiding the LA numbers, but the numbers that I'm getting from my contacts at USC are saying we going up to 70,000 people on the streets this year. So that's at least a 22% increase. You know, and yeah, the thing, and this is leading us to the question. I want to know what's going on in Chicago with that. I mean, out here in LA, it's about 1 in 12 people of African descent are on the street. You know, what is happening in Chicago?
Yes, indeed. Everywhere. One, the gentrification. Better yet, you know, let's call it what it is, a land grab. You know what I'm saying? It's impacting us every which way. You know, in Chicago, we having a discussion in Philadelphia. You know what I'm saying, about, you know, the different moves of the universities and other. They moving on the people, and it impacts us. Just not like a lot of times we just hear it and we devalue it or just minimize it. It's just a question of people being homeless, but like every other attack, whether we're talking about crack, whether we're talking about the mass imprisonment, but we have to put this in this context. I mean, you tell me, like even the homeless question, like in Chicago, even with the students, the children, you know what I'm saying, the population of children. I can't give you the numbers right now, but the Chicago, the CPS, Chicago Public Schools, the amount of children that are homeless, you know what I'm saying, and like, you know, a lot of times you hear people using these cliche little quotes like, "Oh, it starts in the home," and drawing to the foregone conclusion, these cats got a home, you know what I'm saying, and we've seen this past winter, the continuous displacement, you know, even when people try to, you know what I'm saying, moves we have seen, we've been attacked. You mentioned Alameda County. Like even in Oakland, I recall of us, you know, we are going and refurbishing homes, you know what I'm saying, putting people in there, and us being, they wait till we get the homes put together, then we being attacked, the people being attacked after that. So you still there? You still there, Adam?
Oh yeah.
So it's not a question of, you know, like, you know what I'm saying, if we can address these contradictions, this is a needed ingredient. And like I said, in order to be a successful prison warden, certain people have to be locked up. the homeless population is a necessary ingredient, you know what I'm saying, for this system. So and again, it's a myriad of ways in which it's impacting us. You know what I'm saying? So so I can't give the exact numbers, but it's vast up here in Chicago. And in fact, the new housing that they have planned for African and colonized people in general is the penitentiaries and the graveyards. You know, and also this benefits the system in so many ways. This is I mentioned a few weeks back how they just how the police is common to come through and just grab certain individuals and throw them in, when we grew up, throw them in lineups. You know what I'm saying? But now just to throw these cases, kind of like in that movie. Was it Gridlock? Tupac, and was it not Mickey Rourke? Got to play gang
the one with the
gang
one with
related.
the British cat.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was Gridlock. That was Gridlock. They was heroin addicts and shit.
Right. In the case, they just want to grab this homeless cat and threw the case on him. Remember,
Yeah.
that's a reality. You know what I'm saying? So this whole scenario, you know what I'm saying? And then even even the bureaucratic red tape that they send the people through, you know what I'm saying? Just to get housing now, it's crazy. Let's alone we start talking about the increased taxes. You know what I'm saying? In fact, that's what we try to use all our campaigns to let people know it's not about. We use it as a template. Um, to involve the people they can relate to. Like we said, free Fred. It wasn't about just me. It was about the people in general. The countless numbers of political prisoners. Our people here are captive inside these concentration camps. We talk about the Hampton House. You know what I'm saying? The predatory loans. You know what I'm saying? The whole the bogus ticketing that's going on around Malcolm X Park in Philadelphia. You know what I'm saying? It's happening throughout the community. A lot of times we engage in utilizing these euphemisms like the Great Migration. People say like our people just left from down south on their own, or you know what I'm saying. People just didn't leave down south. They were raped, hung, lynched. You know what I'm saying. I mean, literally, Frank Lucas talked about
more like the internal refugee crisis.
Dig. And that's a step we had to start doing. We had to start using brutal terms for brutal realities. You know what I'm saying? Who was Alcoholics Anonymous said the first step in addressing a problem is recognizing we have a problem. You know what I'm saying? But I mean, right in front of our eyes, these numbers. I mean, the people. I mean, being wiped out. You know what I'm saying? Be wiped out. A year, 2 years ago, Chicago, Cook County, had the highest number of the black populace per capita, had the highest population of black people in the country per capita. That's over with. Even the situation in Oakland about Lake Merritt. You mentioned Alameda County. Just go back to Lake. They just had a recent event barbecuing with Becky. They were talking about how the white people, the white lady had called saying she felt threatened because black people was walking around Lake Merritt. This is the climate that creates the George Zimmerman who gunned down Trayvon Martin. With not just the police, not just the slum lords, not just the politicians, the legislators with the taxes, the common everyday people, you know what I'm saying, feel comfortable saying, it's an arrogance. We go by the site where Chairman Fred was assassinated at. Man, they look at us crazy when we come through there now. You know what I'm saying? Again, this is the west side. And I've also always said, man, they get that west side, boy. It's pretty much it's like with the indigenous community. They say, okay, in the mood on the Pawnees and Cherokees, they say, man, they get the Apaches, man. Woo, that's major hits. So, but to answer your question, it's going down. It's going down. It's going down. You know what I'm saying? They are moving fast and they are moving hard. You know what I'm saying? I mean, the home. You know what I'm saying? The homeless, man. The numbers. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, I ain't got the exact numbers for you right now, but I mean, it's moving at rapid speed. Real talk. I missed a few of y'all who just tuned in with us, y'all. Again, right on. So okay, we got Vinya and Q. Coney, right on. Internet, right on, sis. For your mom. Hey, mom, y'all always rally. Oh man, that's what it is, y'all. I see some cats a long time. I ain't seen in a while tuning in with us. Y'all, we just again, Clinchfield salute. The funerals I just spoke at, you know what I'm saying, Moose Man amongst others, you know what I'm saying. Jackie Waters gonna be doing something for her June 30th. Yeah, doing some memorial for her. June 16th, we going down south to see Chairman Fred's tombstone, y'all. We need y'all help, we need y'all support. You know what I'm saying? Get at us. Chairman Fred Jr. gmail.com or PayPal. We trying to get, you know what I'm saying, make that trip. We going to see about the chairman because chairman can't see about us, y'all. That's what it is. West High Business Street touring. Okay, I'm like if you want to say what we are in West High. High presence, pigs presence in the streets tuning in. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. We got that documented. That's what it is, y'all. Okay, yeah, Adam, keep us posted, man.
Hey, most
I'm gonna
definitely,
be working on
man.
getting.
Free them all.
Man, free them all.
Man. Let us know what we can do with the Hampton House, man. Get that word out, whatever, man. Actually, what's the update on that before I go?
We doing it.
What's the update on that loan and shit? How's that moving?
We still moving and grooving. Get our programs and campaigns going down and there. We still, as Minister UEP News said, revolution is never satisfied. We still, trying to build up the resources, take, deal with their mortgage as well as bringing up the code. So we're looking about as we speak now, $250,000, and that number is increasing because we ain't made the proposal to the bank yet. So we're just trying to get a little something before we come. You know what I'm saying? Before we come with something. So we still building. We're still building with that though. So I need to get back on y'all's show too.
Most definitely, man. Most definitely. Now, hit me up next time you're down. In fact, I'm gonna be coming your way this summer too. Be back home.
You better get it because the weather good right now today. You know, so there ain't no guarantee. You know, I go up here, man. Hey, I got my skull cap on just in case it switch up on me in a few minutes. You know.
Yeah, I feel you.
Real talk.
All right, man. Free them all. I'll talk to you soon.
That's what it is. Free them all. Right on. Ish in the building. Levante, I see you, my brothers. Right on. That's what it is. Ish, I need to get you over there, man. We trying to get this studio popping over there, man. You know what I'm saying? Ain't no guarantee tomorrow. Oh. I had a call. We had a call in 708-223-8953. And I think somebody in Q on 929-477-3785. Again, 708-223-8953. So y'all call back. I missed y'all on that last call. Any calls in Q on that end? Comrade Daphne? Fonte, I see you. Free them all. And that caller I just missed, forgive me, you know what I'm saying? Hit us back again, 708-223-89. Free them all.
Free them all, Brother Chairman. We have caller 267. Free them all.
Free them all. Welcome to Free them all Radio.
Free them all, Slovenia.
Hey, right on, my sister. Right on. Free them all. Good to hear your voice. Talk. We hear you. We hear you. Hold on 1 second. Let me move my phone 1 second. Make sure I put this phone up on here. Okay, right there. All right. Okay, my sister. Fremont, you there? Lavinia, you there?
I can hear you.
Okay, can you? It's cool.
I'm here. Okay.
Right on. We still on cloud thousand, or better yet, as Chairman Fred would say, we still too proletarian and revolutionary intoxicated to be astronomically intimidated. In other words, we still high up the people from the phenomenal event that was convened in Philadelphia. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if you're just getting in with us, but just, right on, you, Brother Gabe, and the other organizers. Tell us about the event, you know what I'm saying, what happened in honor of Malcolm X, El Haj Malik El Shabazz, what came out of it, you know what I'm saying, what's some of the next move, and what's going down there. I mentioned earlier about they're trying to even change the name of the park, Malcolm X Park, to Christopher Columbus Park. Give us some insight from down on the ground in Philadelphia. What's going on now?
Oh, wow. So this weekend was phenomenal. We decided that this year we wanted to make sure that more groups, more leaders were able to come and use the platform to reach the community, to reach the people. So it was an honor to have you come in all the way and build with us and spread the message to the people so they actually understand it's not just about the celebration piece, although we have to reach our community however we can. And by doing that, by having the vendors, by talking about the Black excellence that's in our community, that's global, talking about the Black excellence that resides within our Black men, which is important because a lot of times we just talk about the toxic nature of our Black men, but we don't talk about those that actually stood to protect us, that gave their lives. So we wanted to make sure that that day was a reflection of our brother Malcolm X. We wanted to make sure that day, because we also did a tribute to Nipsey Hussle. We had a panel. We wanted to make sure that day was a reflection of how he changed his life and what he was trying to do as well, what he was doing. We wanted to make sure that day was a reflection of you, Chairman. We wanted to make sure that day was a reflection of your father, Fred Hampton. So we wanted to make sure that we captured the essence of the beauty of our people that fought for us and that continue to fight for us every day. So it exceeded my expectations. Obviously, I was like co-hosting some, so I wish I would have been able to really be out there a little bit more with the crowd and really get a feel. But just to know that we got so much great feedback, that people said they really got a lot of information, that they really enjoyed the energy, the love. We even had the PG, the UNIA PG, Michael Duncan. He came and he spoke as well. So that was beautiful. When we have the park now, getting into that as far as the name change, you have people that have gentrified that area, that neighborhood, that are going around as cowards and doing a petition anonymously trying to change the name. So now we have an obligation, we have a duty to make sure that we fight that and we combat that any way we can. So the first thing we wanted to do was take ownership of the park again, make sure that we're cleaning up our part. This is our home, and we need to make it look like it's our home, and we need to come together collectively. So we have we decided to put a petition out that day as well.
Right on.
And we decided to get the people in the community involved and say, hey, the first thing we're going to do is paint these bars. And we about to paint them red, black, and green again, so they know exactly what they're stepping on, what land they're stepping on when they come around in this area. This is not for them. This is for us. This is our community. So now it's up to us to step up and make sure that we show them better than we can tell them. It's enough of the talking.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Well, again, we still charged up from it. You know what I'm saying? Again, clinch for salute. What's with Malcolm X Park? I mean, years back when he coming through Philly. You know what I'm saying? I would always, I would come through there. Surrounded, I mentioned earlier about the gentrification, or we refer to as the land grab. What's some of the signs of that? I mean, it could be what part of Philadelphia are we speaking about, and what's some of the signs of the massive land grab that's happening? And what's the argument? Because some people say, well, it's better for the, kind of like some arguments was waged in Chicago with the closing down in the projects. People say, well, it looks better, so on and so forth. Now you see the grass up and down State Street. But a question that many people avoided was, where are the people at? And where happened to the people? No doubt. Robert Taylor, my brother, real talk. We're gonna address a lot of them contradictions, no doubt about it. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. And even Philadelphia, I was talking to Teresa and some others, and they were saying, like, some people were saying, well, they got some new lights inside the park, and these dynamics that they come through our town. People say, well, it comes at the expense of what? Why? So like, even how is it that you can get more programs and?
Well,
what is this?
You'll know that they're coming when you start seeing more dog shit on your pavement. When you start seeing a lot of dogs, you'll know that they're coming around and they're infiltrating your neighborhood. When you start seeing little mini coffee shops, you know that they're coming.
My brother just tagged. He just tagged. He just stop. Yes, indeed.
Yeah, right, and down here is like a OTK or something like that. So it's like this little green thing, and it's like a chain of them. And you start to notice that they're planting themselves, and you know that there's more police around with that, because now they walk around in neighborhoods that they said they would never want to walk through freely, with their animals, with their heads up, and they're not afraid of anything because they know that their big brother has their back, their blue gang. So you will know that, you will see, and then the next thing you know, you'll see the signs up also that corroborate that, as far as, okay, clean up after your dog, blah, blah, blah. You start seeing that. But what the people don't understand is that it's not being cleaned for the people that reside there currently. It is being cleaned to be more attractive so people can purchase and invest in the community and in the houses and get rid of you. So while people think that, okay, this is looking nice for us, they're doing this, it's not in our best interest.
Yes.
We have to do it for ourselves. And I know that there's this narrative out there that's asking for these people to help and do something with, land that they've purchased, et cetera, et cetera. But what we must understand is that we have to have self-determination. We have to do it ourselves. My stance is very clear. I don't want you to give me shit. Turn over the land if you want to do that. But I'm not asking you to build no home for me for low cost, for affordability. We're not asking that. We're saying turn it over because it's not yours. Mm-hmm. We're going to take it. And then we're going to do what we need to do for our people. We don't need them to give us affordable housing. We can do it ourselves. We can take these vacant lots, these abandoned homes and everything, and we can come together. We have enough skills in our community to do the housing. We have enough churches. We have enough empty stores to build homes for the people. We don't need these outsiders who are just going to use us and then displace us afterwards to do anything for us. Because that's when they own you. We're not looking for owners.
Yes, indeed.
So there's a false narrative that's out here that's thinking that the people are going to help us. They're fixing the community for us. That's not true. They're getting rid of you. And for people that own their homes, they're literally riding around taking pictures of your home. They're sending it to you, your family members, because this has happened to me. My grandma, she'll be 87 in a couple of days. They send postcards saying, hey, can we purchase your home? Yeah. So now you're stalking her home and you're sending the postcards and stuff and you're saying, hey, let's buy your home from you. And some people are falling for it, not realizing that the next place you move to, they're about to go up too, and they're going to get rid of you. Right. Your taxes, they're using taxes. They're making them higher to force people out. So these are things that we have to go to the table and talk about as a people, as a community, and figure out strategically what we need to do. Yes. But we don't have to purchase, per se, the land and the homes. You take them. Everyone doesn't have the capital to do that. You take what is yours. You clean these vacant lots, and you provide food for your people, for yourself, without fences.
Yes, indeed. Right on. Just and like even the political dynamics, like the increased ticketing, what we call like usually a big thing is Chicago or Chirac. We always say it's two different cities here. You got Chirac and you got Chicago. Individuals riding bikes on sidewalks, getting these tickets, and so all this is part of forcing you out one way or another. And it's something how like even even the initial projects they had up and down State Street in Chicago. We talk about like how they some from the white community were there. They would have the elevators were working, social service was there, so on and so forth. But so when our community there, all of a sudden they quote unquote disappear. And even you get the logical questions. How is that? Whether we talk about we talk about New York, Chicago, Detroit, whatever the case. The white community, is able to move around safely without any heat. In a case around Comiskey Park up north with the baseball team, the Cubs. I distinguished that the baseball, not the Panther Cubs, the baseball team, the Cubs. A white woman get a purse snatch, 5 minutes, case solved. So what's happening in our community is done by design. And they move us around, and it can be correlated to to the indigenous community. They move them on reservations, so on and so forth. That's what we see happening. In our community. So we want to try to put this in political context. What's really happening? It's a land grab, and again, the new housing that they got planned for us is the penitentiaries and the graveyards. We see our brother Gabe, free them all. He live in Philadelphia.
Hey, peace, comrade.
Y'all, we rocked it. Y'all rocked it. We rocked it. And again, I was honored and humbled to touch down on the ground. What else? We attempt to correlate what's happening in outside communities. To what's happening in various respective prisons and concentration camps. We talked about. We was waiting a call from the family of Russell Maroon Schultz. Who going through some things, In fact, I last seen him when I went to go visit Mumia Abu Jamal, and I broke to the other side to see Russell Maroon Schultz and talk to him. But I talked to him on the phone the other day. He's 75 years old, and they depriving him of a lot of medical attention. I mean, I was just hearing the atrocities about this. He's like literally stapling his stomach, like you stapling the box. They would say they couldn't get him to the hospital because they didn't have enough gun cars. In other words, cars who had shotguns to go behind them. This is historical. This is a figure. You know what I'm saying? That's done. That his history is intertwined right there in Philadelphia in particular, but also in general about these now how they the state is subleasing or whatever the letters. You cannot write a prisoner directly in Philadelphia, in Pennsylvania. That the letters now have to be outsourced to somewhere in New Orleans. You hear anything about that, sis? And they make a copy of them and the letters, and the prisoners get a copy. Can you comment on that? You know anything about that?
Yeah. So okay, a lot of people they don't necessarily know how much I'm involved in the prison work, going inside of the prisons and stuff.
Yeah.
But I made sure it was important for me to do my part to make sure that we can say, hey, don't forget our people.
Yes.
But if you're not actually working and helping and making sure our brothers and sisters know that we love you. I don't have to know you to love you, but you are a reflection of me. So with that, we had restrictions. And it was like, hey, you can't take pictures. For a while, they weren't letting us take pictures.
Mm-hmm.
They took away as far as the food. So part of that was, you have people that are diabetic, you have elders, you have children and stuff. So they were finding a way to take away your visits. They were finding ways to, okay, you have to test the hand. The machines were faulty. So some people were coming up with false positives, and they were saying, hey, you can't visit the person, even though you may have flown or drove however many hours or days. And they were saying, hey, you can't go in there. Yes. You can't see the person. So then with the letters, they were saying, hey, we have to ship it to Florida. With some of the people, like, go to Florida, go through them. Then they have to copy it. You can't even have originals and stuff. Then they were saying something about the pictures, like, it was a lot. Some of the restrictions are kind of off, but the crazy thing is that they blame those who are incarcerated for it, those that they kidnapped, right? But it was their own guards that were getting busted in the rings for selling the drugs.
Yes.
They didn't talk about that much.
Right.
They won't expose that the guards are the ones that were selling the drugs. The guards are the ones who are raping inmates and stuff.
Yes.
Like, it's time to talk about the truth, and it's time to expose those things. So for them, they wanted to censor people's freedom of speech, your mail and everything. They wanted to stop certain things. Like, you can't say certain stuff already in your letters. And then it was, okay, we're not sending these letters out. You can't have you can't have cards from your loved one.
Yes.
It's really ridiculous. It's really bad. And like I said, the false positives was something that really affected a lot of the families and friends of those who are sitting behind bars. Because you look forward to your mail, you look forward to your visits, and to be denied that. And then a lot of people, because they have questions, they're thrown in a hole. So it's bad. And to go back to your question, as far as once we see other people walking around in our communities, and if the police, if they call them, they're showing up. Last week when we called the ambulance for my grandma, it took them over 30 minutes to arrive. Over 30 minutes for a place it takes 5 minutes to get to not even that. So we see how they criminalize us. They don't do what they're supposed to. Yet we beg them, right? As a collective, we beg. And they're still showing us that their system is designed just for them. When we talk about getting tickets for jaywalking or riding your bike on the pavement, I have been talked about this a lot. I had a family member who was killed in the summertime towards the end in August by the police. He was riding his bike, and they said he made a U-turn on a two-way street, though, and everybody, it's like busy street, kind of everybody does it. People do U-turns, everything in their cars and stuff. And they found a reason to stop him on a bike, to harass him. Now, he said any means necessary as well. So he decided, if you start shooting at me, I'm not going to just, it's not going to be like, we got to hit each other. So, I can't say that I wasn't happy or content that he went out not with his hands up saying don't shoot. But the fact that you can be riding a bike and make a U-turn and be murdered, and they kept showing it on the news, like we had to watch his body being thrown in a police car. It's like the trauma, that they inflict on us to try to make people be afraid and not stand up.
Yes.
It's a lot.
Yes, indeed. I just I flashed back when you were talking about like even the tactic where the prison administration attempts to put out this propaganda, like to blame the victims, blame the prisoners. As we see in the outside community, it's always an attempt that our community, responsible for the drugs, so on and so forth. But I remember a situation in Statesville, infamous Stateville, which we refer to later as Deathville, due to the amount of deaths that go there. But George the Teller was like a famous. He was like a mayor daily to the prison system. You know what I'm saying? Let me throw this comment in there. Erica Yesko just pointed out about it. Even with the mail situation, with the additional bureaucracy, how people getting the wrong mail, the editing process, because you're going through different stages of guards, so on and so forth. People getting, cut up pieces of mail, if they get any mail at all. So I just want to tie that in. We can only imagine who's getting the contracts, the additional contracts, to go through the mail, so on and so forth. PRM, I see you, my brother. Yes, sir. But I remember George the Teller in Stateville when they brought the scales, the drug scales down, the big TVs, and he said, "No," he said, "Ain't nobody sneaking this in the ass." He said he made it clear that he was clear. You know what I'm saying? And the whole deal about who's the market that goes on there with the guards. All this at the warden's mouth. Then. Furthermore, they insult our intelligence. It's a case, I forgot what state it is. A sister just released, I think she did about a year and a half, but in all women's concentration camp. And she pregnant. And they the audacity talking about we don't know how this happened. I said, I'm waiting on them to come up with the immaculate conception theory. You know what I'm saying? She in an all women's prison. You know what I'm saying? Man. This is the type of stuff, this type of atrocity they go. You know what I'm saying? They not even mentioning the guards. You know what I'm saying? They say like it's some sort of medical. They don't know how this happened. Since she's been a year and a half, she just came up pregnant. But the stuff that goes. So we are literally a captive audience. You know what I'm saying? Literally a captive audience, open. You know what I'm saying? To be attacked in a myriad of ways. And so I'm just really glad you put in a correct context. G-Hawk, I see you, my brother. Yes, sir. We tuning in all over, y'all. We talking live and direct to Philadelphia, talking the phenomenal event. In honor of Malcolm X, El Haj Malik, El Shabazz, and also what's going down there. We're going to also be talking about the upcoming next week's show. We're going to talk about, in particular, the case of Russell Maroon Schultz and other political prisoners. You know what I'm saying? What's the update on Imam Jamil Alameen? What's the update on Sundiata Cody? What's the update on Jerry Odinga Dunnigan? What's the update on the C numbers? What's the update on your cousin, your brother, the sister down the street? You know what I'm saying? In fact, y'all know what's our call. Free them all. Live direct. What else, my sister? Anything you want to add to us too? With us? I don't know if Gabe, I don't know if he tuned in or not, but anything else we should know about? What's going on? What's the next move? We definitely want to say clench fist salute your presence. A few years back, you came to the Chairman Fred's Streets party. We look forward to y'all coming back again too. But really, I'm gonna need y'all back up December the 4th. We gonna need y'all. I know it's cold. We in Philadelphia, so it ain't nothing foreign to y'all. We're gonna need to really come heavy too for December the 4th. This is gonna be the 50th year after the assassinations of Chairman Fred and Fitzgerald and Mark Clark. So we're gonna need backup and black up on the ground here in Chicago. So I want to put that out. But anything else you want to add to us? What's going on now, or any other place for that matter?
Yeah. So pretty soon, I believe it's June 8th. Don't quote me yet, but there's going to be something for Ramona Africa. She's going to be talking and giving thanks to people that support it.
Right.
Juneteenth is some of the celebrations down here. It's like 2 different ones that's kind of major in Philly. But most importantly, we are just trying to organize. I work with a group that's North Philly Peace Park, and we're just bringing programs for the summer, for the children, for the people. We see the people. We ask the people what they need. And, we ask ourselves what we need because we are the community. So there's going to be a lot more self-determination, a lot more building, and not just with the building, but the mobilizing, because a lot of times we forget to actually mobilize. And I've been talking to people about as far as the information with the Hampton House. So we definitely want to build with you more on that to figure out how we can help a little bit more from Philly. And we're definitely looking forward to coming back to Chicago. Anything you need, we're here. So that's pretty much August is August. August is Black August. So there's going to be a lot of stuff going on in Philly. So we hope that you can come down again soon, and we'll definitely be up there to build with you.
Yes, indeed. Revolutionary love, revolutionary appreciations. Y'all keep y'all heads up, eyes open, and fists clenched. We got y'all back like a backpack and chest like a bulletproof vest, y'all. You know what I'm saying? We ain't set tripping, no colonial borders, no chains, no shackles, no language barriers, you know what I'm saying? Divide us, spirit of Marcus Garvey. You know what I'm saying? One struggle, one people. So again, y'all, Clinch Fist salute for that phenomenal event. We get updates. We said he was rocking, he was carrying, they was making sure that the ground felt it, you know what I'm saying, and the clamor of the community was so loud, you know what I'm saying, that it was long live Malcolm X, L. House Shabazz, you know what I'm saying, throughout Chicago, throughout Philly, throughout Vegas, you know what I'm saying. We get updates right now as we go, you know what I'm saying, Gary, Indiana, you know what I'm saying, again. And we want to just stress, we want to re-stress that let's not limit it to a day. That's, you know what I'm saying, again, that prototype, that template, you know what I'm saying? Let's make sure we cross some T's and dot them I's, y'all. Make sure these examples are discussed in our poetry sets, barber shops, our beauty shops, our pool halls. Let's tie it in. We can do it in a way that we ain't preaching, you know what I'm saying, beating them in the head, you know what I'm saying? Don't get me wrong, sometimes that beating in the head got to happen too, though. But let's tie it in. Let's intertwine it with our everyday situation. Because again, there's a difference. There's a difference between a revolution and a war. A war is you have 2 occupying armies and you suit up and you boot up to get out. A revolution, on the other hand, you gain the minds and participation of the masses of the people, y'all. And as Malcolm X himself said, and this is important to understand and important to be able to relate to. I think we go through battle fatigue. Believe me, I can relate. Malcolm X has said, the collective consciousness of the people ticks slowly. The collective consciousness of the people ticks slowly, but it erupts with a volcanic force that make Mount St. Helens look like nothing. The collective consciousness of the people ticks slowly. You know what I'm saying? Look, there was Sister Teresa. She called me on this other line. Hold on 1 sec. Hold on. How we do this? Teresa, hold on. I got you on speakerphone. You on the radio now. Look, call in. Okay, call in 708-223-8953 or 929-477-3785. Call in. 1 minute. And you there?
Yeah, but my phone won't allow me to.
Oh, right. I know. Try this. I know the situation. 708. Try this number.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Hold up. Let me
just. I got you.
Because it will not.
I know. I can relate. We can relate.
Damn. I've been trying. Okay.
I got you.
What's
Okay.
Your number?
708.
Yeah.
223.
Okay.
8953.
Okay, I'll call in there.
Right on. Come on. Okay, you there, sis? You there, sis? You there? Y'all there? Hello? I'm back on? Fremont. Okay. Those who, okay, listen. We got another call coming in. No, hold that call in 1 second. We got Teresa Schultz online right now. Hold on 1 second. Oh, is that me? Teresa, that's you playing music? I know our service does not allow us to call in through the 929 number, y'all. So hit us on 708-223-8953. Teresa, if you looking on Facebook, okay. Huh? Okay. Teresa, you there?
Yeah.
Okay, right on. I hear you loud and clear. This is Teresa Schultz, y'all. We only got a few more minutes on this end, but we're going to Pacific on your pop's case next week because I want to build up the time to build for it. And those who have, but still give us a basic rundown. We know it's pressing right now about the medical situation he just is subjected to. But give us a basic rundown, and I need you and Russell and everybody all to come in next week in particular, so we can hit in harder. But we got a few more minutes. But definitely, the mic is give us who you are, who your pops is, so on and so forth. Let's prime them up for next week.
Okay.
Yeah.
Definitely, yeah. People, stay tuned. Peace, everyone out there, and thank you, Fred, for giving us this opportunity. This is Teresa Schultz. I'm the daughter of Russell Maroon Schultz, political prisoner that's 75 years of age, was held in solitary confinement for 28 years until we were able to free him. He's presently now not doing well. We desperately need the support of the community and our people out there, our supporters, those who know what the Panthers stood for and what they fought for. My dad put his life on the front line for our people. Not only that, for the generations to come after us, because what's going on now is my dad got terribly sick from eating some food from inside the prison. He had to have major surgery. Today, his legs are really swollen. His ankles are swollen. He's not doing well. We've been denied a visit with him until this weekend coming. We got to hear from him.
Yeah.
What happened?
Yes.
He was told to sign over his rights before surgery, and that's all he knew was he couldn't hold down water. He couldn't hold down food. Now, people out there, one of the things when you can't eat food, one thing you normally can do is drink some water. Water nourishes us. But without that, he could have died. He couldn't even hold down water. He was bent over. They took 24 hours before they took him to the hospital. I'm going to keep y'all tuned in to what's going on with him. I know we're short on time, but stand by because we may need y'all. Well, really, we need you.
That's right. That's right.
My dad's dad signed over his rights for surgery. He didn't even know what was going to happen. By the grace of God and our ancestors, he came through it, but he's still not well.
And Teresa, what were some of the things they were saying they couldn't get him to the proper medical attention? They said they didn't have enough gun cars, and also about even how they were literally stapling, like pulling his body, stapling his stomach together.
Right. So yeah, he wasn't taking. He walked into the infirmary, and wasn't until 24 hours later. One of the nurses told me. She said, no, I want to send them out to the hospital because I just thought it was the stomach virus. But when the doctor seen him, he was like, get this man to a hospital. But meanwhile, they're waiting for this super security that they needed to escort the ambulance. Well, not escort, but to make sure there's no one that will try to do something to try to help him escape. Well, I'm at this point in my life where my dad is 75 years old. We're going to get him out. He's an elder, and he's suffering.
Yes.
The other thing is the man is bent over for 24 hours, can't even drink water.
Yes.
What fence is he going to climb? What running? What jumping? What wall is he going to try to scale to escape when his life is on the line? He had to go into emergency surgery.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed.
So with all the tactics that are used against our people to have to escort the ambulance, it tells you that they're never going to let go what he did to save his people
Yes.
from the injustice
Yes.
that still go on today,
Yes.
that we still face with, y'all.
Yes, indeed.
You know, we got to wake up, because not only are our soldiers dying behind bars, but we got black folks being gunned down right out here on the streets. The same shit he was fighting for over 40 years ago is still going on today.
Yes.
And it ain't going to stop until we stop it.
Right on. Right on. You give me some give us some contact information so we can correspond with him, keep updated on the case, and and also to our listener and our viewing audience, I'll give y'all some homework assignments. If you don't know who Russell Maroon Schultz is, find out. Get your questions together. Get your get your correspondence together. We want to come in blazing for next week's show. I tell you, our shows don't get prepared to the day before, the day after. We telling y'all, giving y'all a heads up. Next Wednesday, we coming in hard. But in the meantime, between time, give us some contact before we close out. You know what I'm saying?
You know what? This thing is so crucial with him still being labeled as a threat.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, at his age, it's so crucial that we take that title away from him.
Well,
because he's 75 years old. He's a senior now.
Yes.
But I'm gonna put out my personal phone number, because you know, I'm just at a level where I thank everyone for their support, but we also still need everyone's support. And my number is 267-456-7882. And you know, Chairman, you got it right. You know, if you don't know who Russell Maroon Schultz is, look up Russell Maroon Schultz.
Yes, and
the maroon comes from him, his ability to liberate himself from prison twice.
Legend.
And when he returned to the prison after one of his escapes, one of the prisoners said, "Damn, man, you're a maroon." And he said, "What's a maroon?" He didn't even know back in the 70s. Yeah. And now he's got this incredible artwork, this timeline of the Jamaicans and all the, well, we'll go into that, but all the slaves who escaped their slave masters and went deep into the woods or to other islands or countries and escaped slavery. And that's a maroon.
Yes,
so
indeed.
If you don't know nothing else about who Russell Maroon Schultz is, look up who the Maroons were.
Yes,
because
indeed.
We are the Maroons.
Watch out now. Yes,
and
indeed.
ain't nothing that we can't do.
That's right. That's
and we
right.
can free our people.
That's right.
Free them all.
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 All right, Fred.
Love
Chairman Fred Hampton, I love you.
Hey, love you,
and
sis.
To all the people out there, thanks for listening and thanks for having me.
And we thank you. We locked and loaded for the episode next Wednesday, y'all. We coming in hard, y'all. Again, check that out, y'all. We got legends. We got people that are alive today. We ain't gotta go outside our community looking at no Luciano and John Gotti, you know, so we got some legendary people from our community that stood up and they're still standing up, but they need our support, y'all. Again, free Russell Maroon Schultz, free Ma'am Jamil Amin, free Mumia Abu Jamal, free the Move 9, Hands Over Sodom. In fact, y'all, it was our call, free them all. Another episode, y'all, for the history books. We say, let's make history. Let's take history. Let's take history, man. Locked and loaded, y'all. Next Wednesday, I need y'all on deck. This Saturday, we're going to be the Triple C Saturdays, you know what I'm saying? We need y'all on deck. Come on through there. 804 South 17th Avenue. You know what I'm saying? Maywood, Illinois, 60153. Whatever support you can, come on with it. Come on, cub on with it. June 15th, we going fishing, Father's Day fishing, y'all. Contact the Cubs if y'all want to come on out there with us. We're going to be doing Father's Day fishing. June 16th. We going down to the grave site to see the Chairman Fred, you know, so we gonna check on him. In fact, you know, we say Chairman Fred ain't dead. In fact, he said it best. You can kill the revolution, but you can't kill the revolution, y'all. Again, what's that called? Let it be heard through every college campus, every barber shop, every beauty shop, every street corner. You know what I'm saying? Let it say it so loud that Russell Maroon Schultz hear you. Say it so loud the Move 9 hear you. Say it so loud people in New Orleans hear you. Say it so loud that, you know what I'm saying, Detroit, Chicago, you name it, that they hear you. Sao Paulo, Brazil, you know what I'm saying, Deneen in France, they hear you. Again, what's that called? What's our call? Free them all. Call in Q, Devin, let them know. Call next week.